The drought monitor out this week from UNL not showing any improvement for us in the Cornhusker State. 67% abnormally dry, 22% moderate. And the moderate's the new part of the drought monitor this week. 32% no drought. And of course, that's the southeast portion of Nebraska and the panhandle. Different in Kansas is just that northeast corner where there's 6% with no drought. Otherwise, abnormally dry 93%, 68% moderate, and 22.45% severe. And that is down in the southwest corner. There's even an extreme portion in the far southwest corner of Kansas. What does it look like temperature-wise in the month ahead? Average for Nebraska and Kansas. The southwest corner of Kansas looks like temperatures will be a bit below normal, and the western 25% of the country will see temperatures averaging above normal. 3 months out then, Nebraska, Kansas, again, pretty close to being average for the 3-month outlook. Otherwise, the southwest corner of Kansas, again in this outlook, showing that temperatures could be a bit below those seasonal levels. Precipitation-wise, a month ahead, a little bit below normal as we look, or above normal, I should say, southwest Kansas, and below normal to our north. And it's actually almost into the northeast corner of Nebraska. Of course, we desperately need that moisture across the Central Plains. And again, this area, that southwest piece of Kansas, looks like that is where the moisture will be above normal. And that's where the severe or extreme part of the drought is currently in the Kansas area. Well, what about the week ahead? Temperatures will average right around 60 on Monday. Chances of moisture each and every day this week, 40% Monday. Showers during the day, Tuesday 20%, and we see 40% chances Wednesday, Thursday, and that's more of a storm chance both day and night at 40%, and around 20% the odds for showers then as we look into Friday. That will be the warm day of the week as we wrap it up and go into that next weekend, around 65. Well, this time of year, the normal high is generally around 59, the normal low around 34, but our average ahead this week around 62, and the low will average around 42. So we're not that far off of that. And here's this week's proverb. April cold and wet fills the barn and barrel. April snow breeds grass. Moist April, clear June. Wet May, dry July. That is a look at your Grow Almanac and your Grow Weather Report for this week. You sent some pictures our way. Here they are.
If you have pictures from your farm or ranch that you'd like to share, we'd love to see them. Send them to us, grow@nebraska.tv, or post to us on Facebook and Twitter. And now we're going to check in with our market analyst for the latest in the corn markets.
Now we're going to be taking a look at the prospective planting report that just came out.
Yeah, it came out earlier this week, came out on Tuesday, and it's actually kind of the first big survey that's done to kind of determine where and what the government thinks the acres are going to be. A couple surprises that came out. Actually, it looked like there was a little bit more corn planted than what some people thought or is going to be planted, and that's a little surprise to some people. Overall, though, we kind of think it could show up and be a few more acres planted yet, and the main reason for that is the fact that the profitability on soybeans isn't real good. Where the price is at right now, it's hard to make any money growing soybeans.
Yeah, definitely. And what did the quarterly stocks look like this year?
Yeah, that was the same report that came out actually. And a couple things I think we really need to focus on with that quarterly stocks report. A lot of talk on corn is going to say, you know, there's a lot of stocks out there, a lot of grain in bins and everything, and there is. It's about 10% more than last year. But actually here in Nebraska, you know, it's still rather tight. The stocks are only about 1.8% higher. And actually here locally, right in this area, we actually probably have less stocks around than we did a year ago. So that's really going to be good for basis levels, I think, going forward.
And what do you think are the driving, what's driving the markets right now?
Yeah, right now it's all about weather.
The weather definitely.
The weather definitely is. You know, right now in our western Corn Belt, this area, everybody's just kind of waiting to go ahead and get planting. The Delta area has been too wet. The Ohio River Valley's been a little bit too wet too. So everybody's going to keep a close eye on the weather forecasts. If we are able to go ahead and get planting fast, you know, we'll see some pressure go into markets. However, if the weather holds us up, we'll see the markets work a little bit higher.
And you know, that moisture that we're expecting here in this week definitely will help this, right?
Oh, very much so. Everybody, they're definitely wanting that as much as we can get right now.
Whether you dyed Easter eggs, had an Easter egg hunt, or just fried up some eggs for breakfast, you might be able to thank some local farmers for producing those eggs. Find out more coming up after this.